in conversation with Leaders of Tomorrow, Episode 4 on success, on life.
Success, well, it depends what kind of success you're talking about. Success as a job just means you like it and it makes money and it helps you buy stuff. But in life, I'm not sure, really.
To be able to do what you wanted to do. Because I mean, if you wanted to be a McDonald's worker when you grew up, and that's what you are, then I mean, I'd say you're successful. As long as you get to do it and you're happy with what you're doing.
What it means to be successful in life is to have a good job and you're make doesn't necessarily have to mean you're making money. It's just you're doing good in life. You're successful. Like Jeff Bezos is successful. He made a good company. Like um, yeah, that's an example.
I think I will really be successful when I get to a point where I feel like I've sort of mastered one skill.
So I feel as a student and the school system we go through is successful would be, oh, you're at the top of your job, you're making the most amount of money, or you're successful. But I feel success is the point in which you're just happy. You're content with what you're doing. Right now, believe in the latter, that doing well, keep working hard, making more money, getting at the top of your work. And that's because I'm entering college and entering the workforce soon. So I feel that's my mentality. But for people who have already been in it, watching them, I feel it's just being happy.
I believe it's just being content with a job that provides you enough money. Maybe content isn't correct. People can be successful without being content at their jobs. People can become immensely successful surgeons or doctors or lawyers, but still not like their job and not be content with it. Maybe you don't like it, but at least you're somewhat happy with it.
Being successful for me is being able to help other people while still being able to travel and spend time with my friends and family while having a decent house with having the luxuries of life.
I think successful would mean you're happy in your life. But yeah, I think that being successful does mean having a good life. And by that, I mean you love what you do, you love how you live, and you're just happy overall.
I think success fills two main quotas for me. I think there's the wealth aspect of it, like monetary value. For me, success means that I should be comfortable living at least in the neighborhoods that I want to live in, the house that I want to live in, car that I want to drive, that type of stuff. And then I think there's the emotional aspect also, and sometimes that may overweigh the wealth aspect, sometimes it might not, depending. But I think you should be loving what you're doing for work.
I think it's also really important to build relationships, because when you die, it's really those that matter. It doesn't matter how much money you had. The people that matter will be the ones that are next to you, not your money or your possessions or anything like that.
I mean, in a perfect world, our goal would be try and leave as much behind for the new generation, right? That would be the perfect goal, in my opinion, at least. I don't know. That would be my opinion, make everybody else's life after you be better. So planting trees, that would make people after you, that would make their life better, right? But in the real world, you don't see too much of that.
Job and to have a home and to be just happy. Doing things you enjoy, and it's just being around people you love.
I would want to work for my mom because then she'd give me easy stuff and I could do it, and she would explain it.
I don't think it's right for me to judge anyone's goal in life, really. I think that anyone can be successful through any goal. It doesn't have to go a certain way.
What are the goals or objectives one should? It depends on the person. If you're a cheerful person, then you'll want to be the happiest person alive. So then you'll want to be rich or something. If you're a person who's not really cheerful, who's in a bad mood most of the time, you'll not really care if you're happy or not. You'll you might be a drugs or arms dealer or something.
You shouldn't always listen to what other people are saying if you don't think it's right, because you might be getting like they're just saying that because that's better for them.
I don't think like any experience in the past, like changing it would necessarily make me a different person, better person. Like I feel like every experience that you've had builds up who you are. And it probably helped me in some way, or maybe it hurt me, but then getting over that hurt could have helped me as well.
You need to have determination, because without determination, you won't get anywhere. You need to be able to be hardworking, because hard work is what gets you places and gets work done. You need to be able to speak your mind and voice your opinions and be able to communicate with others, because as one person, it's really difficult to get places without connections. So having a good surrounding with the people around you and having good relationships with them is what will help build you up.
I don't know. Obviously, everybody wants to enjoy life, right? I mean, you only have a certain amount of time on the planet, right? And you're going to try and make the best out of every second, hopefully. I mean, that's just basic human instinct, you know. Enjoy life, enjoy how you're going, right? But the question is there a point where you're enjoying it too much where it influences somebody else's life and makes them not enjoy it as much? I feel like there's a threshold where there's on one side you're enjoying life, everything's fine, but the moment you cross that threshold, you're influencing somebody else's life negatively.
Next, our leaders share lessons from 2020.